Hey guys, what is up? It is Friday morning and I'm getting ready to get my workout in, but I thought I would get some walking in as kind of a warm up to my workout. I was gonna walk outside, but it is cold and overcast and windy. I can put up with the cold and the overcast, but when it's cold wind, no. So I decided to hit my treadmill and do some walking here first before I get to my workout. Hopefully the treadmill isn't too loud. It's kind of an older clunky treadmill and it's a little bit noisy, so hopefully you can still hear me. I've been listening to a new book recently called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and I highly recommend it. It's all about creating new healthier habits, and it's been pretty easy to follow and understand, and I think that creating new healthier habits is usually pretty daunting for most of us. I know it is for me, and I really struggle with having the confidence in myself to be able to create those healthier habits so that I can have a healthier life. But this book really put some things into perspective for me, and one of those things I want to share with you guys today. The author talks a lot about making small habit changes and how small habit changes consistently made over a long period of time create large habit changes, can make big changes in our lives. And that's not a new concept to me or probably to any of you, but it's definitely something that I've worked on in the past up to this point, and it has helped me. But I've been thinking about it more recently, how important it has actually been for me. I know that when I'm trying to make big changes in my life, sometimes I want to rush into those big changes. I want to, shoot for the stars, and I really want to, dump all these bad habits really fast. And I get really ahead of myself, and I tend to get really overwhelmed after the first little while of trying to make big habit changes. And once I get overwhelmed, I tend to kind of totally fall off the wagon, if you will. But in the past few months, as I've worked to make small habit changes and be patient and forgiving with myself when I don't do those things perfectly, I've been able to string together several months of small habit changes that are really truly growing into bigger habit changes that are really truly changing my life for the better. And maybe for the first time in my adult life, am I making habit changes that are feeling very sustainable, that feel really good to me. And so I can definitely attest to the importance of setting smaller goals with a bigger goal in mind for the future. Those smaller goals that are going to help me slowly make my way towards that larger, bigger goal. And as I have focused in that way, I'm getting closer to my bigger goals, and it feels really good, and I'm having some pretty good success, and I'm gaining a lot of confidence in myself. For maybe the first time in my adult life, I'm starting to be able to dump those negative thoughts about myself that I'm not strong enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not enough in some way or another, I'm not worthy enough in some way or another to have the life that I really want to have the healthy life that I want to have, so that I can do all the things I want to go and do, so that I can enjoy my life more fully. Did I say joy? So I can enjoy my life more fully and have a higher quality of life. So while I am nowhere near perfect at doing any of this, and last week I had a really good week, and if you watch my video from last week, it was my weekly check-in, and I talked about self-love, and I talked about I lost a pound, and I wasn't having cravings all week, and I was just having a really on week. And I was so excited because that doesn't happen very often. So I wanted to celebrate that week, and I did. And then this week came, and I didn't stay on track as well. I had some cravings this week, that time of the month was coming and I was having some mad chocolate cravings. I always know when I'm like, must have chocolate now, and that doesn't go away for a couple of days. I know my period's coming, and that was this week. Maybe TMI, sorry. If there's guys out there watching this, or if that makes people uncomfortable, sorry. But you know, that is my reality, and I deal with that every month. And I had such a great week last week, not having as good a week this week, and those chocolate cravings, they came, and I indulged more than I had planned. And we had a jar of Nutella in the cupboard, and I'm really pretty good at staying away from the Nutella, and I love Nutella. I could easily eat it every day and probably never get sick of it. But I found myself dipping into that jar of Nutella a couple of days ago and enjoying a couple of heaping spoonfuls. And you know, it wasn't in my plan for the week. And I don't even want to know like how many calories that was that I wasn't planning to eat that day. And I've missed a workout this week. And you know, just things aren't going as well this week. But I have to look at the overall big picture, and I'm doing pretty good still. I'm out here working out. I had one day off because I just didn't feel like it, so I didn't. But then I got out here the next day, and I have 3 days in a row of getting my workouts in. And I'm trying to get more steps in today. Mary from Mary Gets Fit, you inspire me to go walking more. Your walk in the rain the other day, that was a good video, and you dropped some serious truth bombs on us in that video and inspired me. And Mary was talking about in that video where she was walking in the rain, she was talking about how she didn't want to do that day. It was cold, it was rainy when she got up, and she just wanted to stay in the house and relax and stay warm and not go out and get her daily walk in. She talked about how important her daily walks are and how much she needs them every day. And so she got outside and she was walking in the cold and the rain, and she was bundled up and she had her umbrella and she was getting it done. And it just really inspired me, because a lot of times this journey is not easy. This journey to better health and changing our lives and creating new, healthier habits, it's bumpy. It's not a smooth ride, even though I think we all want it to be. I know I do. But I also think that's where the magic is. When we do those things that we don't want to do, like getting outside and getting that daily walk in when it's cold and rainy, or eating that salad that has all that nutrition, vegetables and good stuff for us, but that, you know, would rather have a bacon cheeseburger or pizza. You know, it's making those smaller decisions every day, especially when it's hard and when we don't want to, that creates those big wins. And I know for me, when I do those things that I don't want to do on a pretty regular daily basis, if I do those things consistently that I know are good for me but are not necessarily fun and could be considered boring, but that I know I need, I know when I persevere and do those things, that feels like a huge win when I get it done. And I always feel so good when I work through the negative thinking or that voice in my head that says, you don't need to do that today. You don't need to stick to your goals that tightly today. It's okay if you don't want to do that. Don't do it. And while it is okay, and I work really hard to not beat myself up when I do listen and give in to that voice in my head, I know that I'm growing and getting stronger when I do those things, especially when I don't want to, especially when it's hard. When I persevere and do it anyway, that's especially when I'm getting stronger. So I'm out here walking, trying to get a few more steps in today, trying to stay on track, even though I've gotten off track pretty bad this week. Like, not that bad, but you know, more than I would have liked, more than I planned. And in the past, I would have beat myself up about it. In the past, I would have said, oh, you know, it's Tuesday, the week is shot, I got totally off track, I had all that Nutella, I didn't work out yesterday, I'll start again Monday. And I think I've had this conversation with a couple of you guys in comments on my videos or your videos this week about how easy it is to just say, I'm gonna start again Monday. I've gotten off track, I'll start again next week. I have a long track record of that, but not anymore. No, I am creating smaller habit changes, and I'm not gonna do it perfectly. And I'm just gonna accept that and move on and keep working on my small, manageable habit changes. And yeah, this week got a little off track, and it's not over, it's Friday. I have a really hard time on the weekends staying on track. But I have a plan, and I plan to stick to it. But if I don't stick perfectly to it, it's okay, because another tidbit or golden nugget that I got from this book is that it's what you do most of the time that matters. And I've thought about that a lot as well in the last couple of weeks since starting this book. And I just have to focus on small, manageable habit changes and what am I doing most of the time, because those two things I know are going to help me create big habit changes and big healthy changes in my life that I'm really wanting. And I'm already doing it. I just have to keep going and not let myself get down, get off track and stay off track, but pick myself up and keep going. So those are just, again, a few thoughts rolling around in my head. I've had a lot of those lately that I've shared in videos. But what are small habit changes that you're doing right now to hopefully grow into large habit changes? What are small habit changes that you've done for a while that have grown into bigger habit changes? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, your experience with this, your successes in these ways as well. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate all of you guys and your support and your sweet comments and just connecting with you. It's so helpful and so fun, and I've loved making new friends this way. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new to my channel and you like this video, please like, please subscribe if you haven't already, and you know, let's do this together. Let's cheer each other on. Let's help each other out on these similar journeys that we're all on. And that's all I have today. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you again next week.